Well, this was our little baby Lewis and our faithful guard dog Fenna. I think that dog loved that child as much as we did, for sure. Taking a little walk along the road at High Ridge. Fenna was always right there. I kind of think she loved to be in the movies too. We call this thing a pumpkin seat. And Fenna kept the baby clean. Never a speck of dirt anywhere. Got licked off. And he wonders what the heck's going on. I don't know how we kept Fenna out of this scene, but he was always smiling a lot, even in being blinded by the sun. Oh, there's Mom. That's a pretty good baby. Never had much health problems, never caused too much trouble. Well, he didn't like putting a cap on. He didn't think too much of that, but you can see there was a lot of shaded areas. At this time there was huge trees all around that house. I've got them all cleared out now. We get a lot more sunshine in there. Okay, another walk with the dog. Never went anywhere without that dog. It was a strong dog. It had a funny, it loved sticks. You know, like most dogs, you'd throw a stick and they'd bring it back. But this dog, favorite thing was he'd really get more than a stick. He'd get like a log and throw it down the hill, and she'd struggle and strain and struggle and strain, and eventually she'd have that log back up the hill ready to throw it down again. Extremely strong jaws. Never bit into anything except sticks. And the log. Come on, Mom. Put the baby down and throw the stick. She's going to throw it herself. Had some happy years living there. Kind of remote place in the woods, but it was pleasant. Lots of birds, lots of colorful trees in the fall. A lot of leaves to rake. Terrible roads, so we had this, these were rear engine cars. They called them car bears. Had a little air-cooled engine in the back, super traction. They plow through almost any amount of snow. Whoop, hang on there. Yeah, first few hesitant footsteps. A few more months, we'll be running up and down the hills. Those car bears were a neat little car. Had air-cooled engines, ran like a top. Had a bad reputation, but we enjoyed ours. Went through a whole series of them. Yeah, what's in there? What the heck kind of a thing is that? Beautiful tree leaves, a lot of oak trees that turn beautiful colors in the fall. Never a shortage of leaves to rake around that house. There still isn't. Although now I've graduated to electric leaf blower and got rid of a number of these big trees, so it's much easier. There's that pesky dog again. Well, what next? Go for a walk. Come on, let's go for a walk. Either that way or the other way. Yeah, we'll go that way. This was taken in November 1963. A terrible thing happened. Our president, John Kennedy, was assassinated in Dallas. real tragedy for country, tragedy for all of us. Even Lewis looks real sad. He didn't know what was happening there, but I think he grasped that something terrible had happened. I planted a bunch of little pine trees, and when I took this picture I thought, well, I'll take some pictures years later and we'll see how he's grown and how the pine trees have grown. And about this time they were maybe about almost as tall as him, but they never got real big. Some kind of a insect got after them or something, and they gradually all died. Yeah, there's one there somewhere. Yeah, about the same height, but of course he's a lot taller now, and the evergreen, the pine trees are gone. They all died. Luckily he's still around. Yeah, there's one that's a little taller than him. They got off to a good start, but it didn't last long. Here we are. Different time of the year. No leaves to rake now, just snow to shovel. When the snow got this deep, we really didn't even try to drive down to the house completely. You went as far as you can go, and you parked, and you got your snow shovels, and you cleared a path to the house. And then you got on your warm clothes, hitched up the safety belts, put the kid in the sled, and off to the grocery store. Yeah, you can go too, Fenner. It was a pretty steep hill, and sometimes when I go there now I wonder how in the heck did we get up and down there in all that snow. But it worked out okay. Good exercise. Couldn't do it now. Looks like the Royal Mounted Police bringing in the body or something. Dogs always like snow. The more snow, the more lively the dogs get. Ooh, slow down there. Don't lose the cargo. A little cold face licking. In the house. There, it looks like it's about Christmas time. Big ball bigger than the kid. Where's he going? Still some uncertain footsteps. Wants to go that way. Kids are always stubborn. Drove around in this thing pretty good. Later on when he got old enough, drove racing go-karts. I always thought, well, maybe he learned how to maneuver pretty good with this early thing, at a real early age. So he seemed to get around pretty good in it. Did pretty well in the racing go-karts too. Loved that ball. Yeah. You used to have to tie the thing down to keep from going too far too fast. Seemed happy. Sometimes the toy that kids love best is a cardboard box. Parking by the fireplace, nice and warm. Scoot them around. Gentle Fells. I don't even know if they still make that product anymore. Yeah, you're caged in. You're not going anywhere. Here we are back out. Another little snowstorm. Looks like I didn't shovel very far that morning. Maybe it was a day off. We didn't have to go to work. I drove from here about 25 miles to work at Anheuser-Busch in downtown St. Louis, and this was High Ridge, Missouri, so I was glad when he didn't have to go on snowy days. Yeah, that looks good. See if it'll shake off. Pretty heavy snow accumulation on the cedar trees and bushes there. Alright, have some fun. Shake some snow, Mom. Yeah. Looked like it snowed pretty hard that night. Made the dog happy. Never did figure out what kind of dog that was. It was kind of made up of some leftover parts, I think. It had one ear that was always folded down and one ear that stood up pretty alert. But, was a good dog. I must have cleared a little bit up the hill. Don't know if she's going to try to walk up there. Here we are. Better time of the year. Spring. Things are blooming. No more snow shoveling. Yeah. Dogwood trees full bloom. Sun shining. Well, this is kind of the other end of the house where we had our garden and little flower beds. The dog wanted to see what we were looking at. Yeah. Keep that baby cleaned up, Mom. Don't let any dust accumulate there. Yeah, especially around the cheeks and the eyeballs. Yeah, the walking's going a little better. Yeah. See how Dad's garden is coming along. Yeah, that was our garden spot. Doesn't look like I planted much of anything yet, but a few more weeks. Oh yeah, I got my tomato plants. I got a little bit of everything started there. You see how much, there's my cold frame to get things started.